Hello guys, and welcome to another day with Zimaleta. In today's video we're going to be disassembling this whole front end because we're going to be doing a pretty big job, and it's going to be a lot easier with having everything disassembled like it is. So most of it is going to be a time lapse, and then if there's something I need to point out and things of that nature, I'll point them out to you guys. Enjoy the video. Alright guys, I need to point out a couple things. First of all, the type of bolts and screws that was used, and it's going to be replaced exactly the same way. So this is the wrong one, but this is what's being used. This is the wrong one, but that's what's being used. Those are correct. Now over here, this thing is broken. Just making a note of that. These are using the plastic type of rivets. That's using the plastic. And over here, as you can see, this is quite loose. Normally there is some kind of bolt over here. In this case, that bolt is missing, and normally there is a bolt back there, and in this case that is missing. If I could find something that will work, I will definitely use it, but if not, I'll have to replace it the same way. And also, this is the type of screws that's being used over here. This is definitely the correct. There's usually one towards the bottom, not in this case. And that bolt is missing, it's supposed to be there. And that bolt is missing, it's supposed to be there. And now it's time for us to continue. All right, I want to make a little note, and that's for draining the radiator fluid. The radiator fluid has a little nozzle right there, so I have a hose. I plug it in over there, I route it through this little hole and into here. So basically it becomes a clean job. By the way, this is the wrong type of fluid for it. This is GM fluid. It's supposed to have blue fluid. So we did get the correct one for the customer. So basically, now we need to remove the rest of this thing here and get to work. Guys, I'm doing something new here, but it's really not that new. When I'm replacing like a radiator or something, vent shroud or like an intercooler, there's no choice but to take all that stuff apart. So in this video, I decided to just take this out as like one piece. And in order to do that, you simply have to disconnect some of these hoses. Like this one did not have to come out, but I still went ahead and I disconnected it because I was gonna try to just remove that whole hose, but then, you know, like out of these little areas right there, they snip in. But then I decided to just leave it in place and just simply pull the, you know, pull that right there, which is absolutely fine. But anyways, why did I do all this? Well, I'm gonna have to pull a fan right now, and I'm gonna have to replace the belt, the pulleys, the water pump, thermostat, which is located right there. So this is why I did it like that. So you have to disconnect the transmission line, one at the bottom, one at the top. Then you have to obviously disconnect that water hose right there, that water line. And then disconnect this radiator hose, disconnect this boost hose. This boost hose looks like it's recently been replaced, but that one is ripped, and we will be removing that and replacing it. And yeah, that's all that there is to it. And then to remove the fan, you could just simply, there's a couple of ways of doing it. So if you're removing the fan, boom, boom, boom. Fan clutch, it's right there. So we're going to be removing the fan clutch together with the fan. So let's go ahead and get it done. All right, so that is that. Right, so next we're gonna go ahead and actually remove the belt. So we're gonna put that to the side. So guys, what we're gonna do next is we're going to lock up this this tensioner because we're gonna be removing it. And to do that, we gotta put it all the way there. And insert something like a nail inside. Then you can start removing the pulleys. To remove the pulleys, you gotta first get rid of these plastics. That was missing. Okay, now they're exposed. Okay. The very first thing we're going to do is remove this pulley. Because we're going to be removing this water pump. Now we're going to remove this pulley. We will be replacing it. Make sure you don't lose the metal metal thing. It's a spacer. It easily can fall out, so don't lose that. By the way, these two pulleys are different. You could put another groomed one here. I've done that before, but you should really use the correct one. So then you remove that. And now all you gotta do is remove two of the E-sockets right there. That's way too big. Okay, here's our tensioner. Tension is removed, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and replace it. So we have a brand new tensioner in here, and because it's locked up, we could easily install it without having to do nothing else. This tool has a hand-tight type of section, so you put it like to one so you don't strip anything. And still you gotta be very, very careful. You don't want to strip any bolts. Because once you strip this, you're screwed. You'll have to disassemble like the whole engine just to remove and replace this cover. So this is literally like hand tight. So the rest of it, I'm gonna do by hand. So I have this shorty right here, and we're gonna do it by hand. Well, I need an extension first. Yeah, you could. And that's good. So we don't have to do nothing more. So then, what I could do is I could take the original smooth pulley and put it back here. Like that. Put it nice and lightly because sometimes those things could be missing. And now we're gonna replace this groove. So I have it set on hand tight setting. So we want to put this new one on. Install that. Okay, now we're gonna do it hand tight. Okay, so that one's good. We just need to replace this little one right here. But we will be removing this water pump, so I do need to pull that pulley off. Just showing you guys how to install it. All right, so before doing anything else, so I could actually have a little bit less plastics, I'm going to go ahead and actually install this cam sensor first. So this is the cam sensor. I'm going to go ahead and pull it out. Right here. So I have the bolt for it in one of these boxes, which is right here. So put my gloves back on. Okay. Okay, it's now installed. And now it's plugged in. So we don't have to worry about that. So now we're going to be pulling off the water pump. The water pump has two different style e-sockets. So we have an E10 and we have an E12. We're gonna make some space. This is an air filter. This water pump, it does have a seal. So let's see. Just gonna get this stuff out of the way. Okay, we really don't need this right now. So here's the water pump. So So the water pump goes like this. Wow, surprisingly, this came a little bit rusted from the factory, from Mercedes. So here's the seal. Let's put the seal like that. Now I must remove all the little bolts. So what I like to do is go ahead and actually aim them to the correct pockets. So these little ones, you can tell where they go. The hole is made just big enough for them to fit. Okay, I'm gonna stick this underneath the handle so that it holds the seal. Now I gotta remove the bigger. And of course we have a clamp to remove. I'm gonna go ahead and actually get that. Okay. All right, so I need to remove the bigger ones now. I'm gonna leave one bolt for now. Because I want to remove this piece. A lot of times you have to kind of bang on it a little bit. Okay, that's perfect. Okay, so those are now loose. Throw them in there. Now we need to remove this. Because it's got rust, it might not want to come out that easy. For that I need to use a spray. Okay, I got the stuff that's called Zap Twister. So I'm just gonna spray down a little bit. Sometimes that does a trick, but what I'm gonna also do is try to just take this rag and wipe around this rusted area. So hopefully some of this rust can come clean. Because it sort of gets stuck on there. Thing about it is I really need to reuse that piece. That's why I really need to pull it off. Not a lot of places for me to pry this. Just in case I'm gonna put one of these bolts back. Feels like I got some movement. Yeah, I definitely do. As long as I can get some movement, I could just work it out like this. Okay, good. Now that thing looks very rusty. Right here. You can tell it's an old one. In order to remove the water pump, you gotta loosen one of the bolts that goes in the alternator. Well, you gotta remove it, not just loosen. It appears to be Torx. Let's see if it's the same size. It's the same size. If we're lucky, that thing's gonna start twisting and coming out right away. Normally, we're not that lucky. Nope. Don't want to go. So for that we have normal tools. Alright, so that's good. So I gotta give myself a little bit of room. Okay. Move this over here. That pipe doesn't want to come out. Okay, good. Good. So that's what it looks like on the inside. Okay. There's the seal. So now what we gotta do is we gotta remove these bolts here and transfer everything over to that pump. This looks like a T35, but I only got like T30 in my set. I don't know why the T35 is missing. Go straight up to T40. So you want to make sure when you're doing this that you don't make a mistake and attach this the wrong way. I'm gonna put this on number 2. Now I'm gonna try to hand tighten it. Okay. Okay, now we want to make sure all the bolts are through. Okay, I'm just gonna lightly install it, because if you try to install the whole thing and then you don't install this bolt on a transmission, you're not gonna have any luck installing it. Then you have to do it over. So you have to make sure everything lines up. And also, it's not too tight. It's very lightly done on that. And now we're gonna go star pattern. We're just gonna twist that out of the way. We're gonna install over here a little bit. We're gonna need to put on one setting. Another one there. Another one there. Just a little bit. And now we're gonna need to switch up and put a bigger one. Easy to swap out the holes for the incorrect one. One of these is longer than the other, so you want to make sure. Okay, now we're gonna go back to all the little ones, and remember, this is just setting for hand tight, and I'm not even doing it that much. So now we're gonna do it a little bit more. So now we're gonna hand tight all the big ones. Okay, good. Now I'm gonna hand tight like this. Now we gotta do all the little ones. Okay, so just a little bit more hand tight by the hand. And actually, we were still quite loose because it's just hand tight. So now I'm gonna go to the bigger one, give a extension. Yeah, that's good. Now the little ones. Back to the big one. Back to the little one. Okay, so now that is good. We're gonna install this back. Okay. Alright, so that's on the second sander. We don't want to do any more. So that's good. Now we're gonna install the roller back. Put on setting number 1. Well, this is not the first time I see it, but there's actually no threads on the inside. So that means we're gonna have to make our own thread. put it on the second one. Okay, so we made our own thread. So you can't go too slow, because going too slow, you're gonna be making threads on one spot, which means you just strip the whole thing and you're just throwing out your whole water pump. So you don't want to do that. So a second setting is good because it's kind of like the middle setting. It's still twisting, it's got the power to twist it, yet not strip it. So you also have to make sure you're pushing it. You're not just simply having it work itself in, because it's not gonna do that. So you gotta push it, and then it's going to create a thread. So as you see, it went on perfectly, and now it's tight. So now we gotta do it hand tight. Perfect. So that's good. Some of the other stuff came in, is gonna come in tomorrow for the parts. This little roller is gonna come in tomorrow. It's now becoming a little bit dark. So the rest of the stuff I'm gonna do tomorrow. But we got a lot done. So all we gotta do is we gotta stick this pulley on here, and then put a belt on, put a fan on, and start assembling the front end. So that's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and take care of yourself, and see you guys in my next video. Bye bye.